My son, my daughter, it is your eternal Father speaking directly to your heart right now. I know you are facing many struggles that no one else sees, carrying heavy burdens you keep to yourself, but I see it all. I have counted every tear that fell when you thought you were alone. I heard every prayer whispered in the quiet of dawn when you thought I wasn't listening. I felt every moment of hopelessness, every night you lay awake wondering if I had forgotten about you. And today, I am here to tell you something that will change everything from this point forward. I never took my eyes off you, not even for a moment. Not when you felt like you were walking alone. Not when doors kept closing in front of you. Not when people you loved turned away. I was there, closer than you realized, working behind the scenes, preparing something so incredible that if I showed you everything at once, you wouldn't be able to handle it. In those moments when you felt abandoned, when you thought I had forgotten my promises, when your prayers seemed unanswered, my child, I was working in ways you couldn't see. Every no you received was my way of protecting you, keeping you from something less than what I have planned. Every door that closed was me saving something better for you. Every delay that frustrated you was my way of aligning the right people, the right circumstances, and the right opportunities at the perfect time. You see, I don't work on human time, I work on divine time, and in my time, everything falls into place exactly as it should. Every piece of the puzzle fits perfectly. Every weight serves a purpose. Every value has its reason. And now, at this moment when you are hearing these words, it's not by coincidence. It wasn't luck. And it wasn't chance that brought you here. It was my spirit that led you to this message, because your time has come. It's time for you to understand the meaning behind everything you've been through. The time has arrived for you to see clearly that nothing you've gone through was wasted. The day has come for you to understand that every battle you fought was preparing you for a level of life you didn't even know was possible. I chose you before the world was ever created. I wrote your name in my book before you took your first breath. I planned every step of your journey, including the valleys you had to cross to become who I always knew you would be. And now, son, now, daughter, the preparation is complete. The training is over. The waiting period has ended. This is the moment of transition between who you were and who you will become, between what you've lived and what you are about to live, between the promises I made to you and the ones that will soon be visible in your life. And now, I need to know if you are ready. I need to know if you trust me, even without knowing every detail. I need to know if you believe what I am telling you right now. If you trust me, go to the comments and write, "I believe, Father," making this declaration a seal of faith between us. By writing this, you are not just typing words. You are activating in the spiritual realm a deep agreement with everything I am doing in your life. You are accepting my timing. You are opening your heart to receive what I have prepared for you. You are positioning yourself as my child, choosing to trust your Father even when the full path is not yet revealed. And I honor that faith. I respond to that trust. I move heaven and earth when my children stand firm in faith, not needing all the explanations, not requiring to understand everything, but simply trusting that if I have spoken, I will fulfill it. For I am not a man who lies. I do not change my mind. I do not abandon my plans. And the plan I have for you is being carried out right now. And do you know how I know this is the right moment to speak to you? Because I have placed signs on your path in these past few days, and you started to notice them. Maybe it was a number you saw over and over again without knowing why. Maybe it was a word that came up repeatedly, a word people told you without planning it, as if there was an invisible script connecting those conversations. Maybe it was a dream that unsettled you, one that stayed with you even after you woke up, making you feel like it meant something deeper. These are not coincidences, my child. They are not random events or chance occurrences. These are my signs, my way of saying, I am here, I am working. Pay attention because something significant is happening behind the scenes. It's like when you feel someone watching you, and you turn around to find someone there. Similarly, I've placed these signs in your path so you know I'm watching over you directly. You were chosen before the world was created, with a purpose that only you can fulfill. There is no one else on earth who can do what I have planned for you. Understanding this is not arrogance. Embracing this truth is not pride. It is knowing your true identity. It is recognizing who you are in my eyes. Beyond all the labels the world has placed on you, beyond what others have tried to define about your life, you are different, and you've always known that. That feeling of not quite fitting in, of being different from those around you, of thinking in ways others don't, of feeling things more deeply, of seeing things others can't. This troubled you for years, didn't it? You tried to fit in, to be like everyone else, to hide that fire burning inside you, but you never fully succeeded. And now, I will reveal why. Because you were made for more, for something greater, for an impact that will go beyond your generation, touching lives you have yet to meet, changing the stories of those who cross your path in the months and years ahead. You were not created to live a typical, predictable life shaped by society's standards. You were made to break barriers, to go beyond limits, to show the world that I still do extraordinary things through ordinary people who trust in me. And now, I need you to understand something very important that goes beyond your own life. This message is not just meant to comfort you. His words are not only for your reassurance. There is someone in your life right now, whether it's a close family member, a lifelong friend, a coworker, or even someone you don't know well but are thinking of right now, who is on the verge of giving up. Someone who is at their breaking point, standing on the edge, feeling like there's no way out, thinking I've forgotten about them, believing it's no longer worth fighting. I could speak directly to them, but I have chosen to use you because part of your purpose is to be my messenger, to carry my hope to dark places, to bring light where there's only darkness. Share this message now with anyone you feel needs to hear it. Be the vessel I use to save someone today. When you share my word, you're not just posting any video on social media. You're not just forwarding a message. You're transmitting life, bringing hope, being my hands and my voice on earth, reaching the places I want to touch through you. This is where the power lies. This is where your purpose is found. Eternity touches through this simple act, one that may seem small, but in the spiritual realm, it creates an impact that is beyond comprehension. There is a mark on your life that the natural world cannot see, but the spiritual world recognizes perfectly. It is the seal of a chosen one. It is the anointing that sets you apart, that distinguishes you, even when you try to remain unnoticed. And when you carry this mark, son or daughter, things in your life work differently. They work completely differently. What others struggle to achieve for years, I can give you in just days, when the time is right. What seems impossible to most, for you it only takes me saying now, and the doors will open wide. What makes others give up, you overcome with a strength that you can't even explain, because it comes from me. Because you don't rely only on human strength, natural abilities, or your limited resources. You are connected to my unlimited source, to my power that never runs out, and to my wisdom that never fails. But let me explain something crucial about this mark, something that will help you see your journey in a whole new way. This mark doesn't mean you won't face battles. In fact, sometimes it can make them even harder. And do you know why? Because the enemy sees this mark too. He knows exactly who you are. He knows the great destiny you have. He sees the lives you will change, the kingdom you will build, and the glory you will achieve. And that drives him into a state of panic. That's why he tried so hard to stop you. He tried to destroy you when you were a child. He tried to lead you off course when you were young. He tried to discourage you through people close to you. He used countless voices to confuse you. He tried to paralyze you with fear, doubt, and anxiety. Every attack you faced was not a random event. It was a planned attempt to stop you before you realized the power within you, before you discovered your purpose, and before you rose up to walk toward your destiny. But here's the glorious truth the enemy never saw coming. He didn't know that every attack only made you stronger, that every battle was preparing you, that every struggle was shaping you to carry the weight of the glory I will give you. When you walked through the fire and didn't burn, when you crossed the valley and didn't stop, when you faced the giant and didn't run, something inside you changed. You became unbreakable in a way that only those who have been tested understand. And if you've made it this far, if you didn't give up even when everything around you told you to stop, if you're still standing after all they tried to do to you, it's because there is something too great inside you to die. You have a purpose so powerful, so important, so vital to my plan that not even all the forces of hell combined could destroy it. You are living proof that my plans are greater than any opposition. Every scar you carry is a medal from a battle you fought and won. Every wound you've healed is a testimony to my healing power. Every valley you've crossed has been part of your preparation to help others who will walk the same difficult road. Nothing in your life has been wasted, nothing at all. I use it all, son. I use it all, daughter. Even those parts of your story that you are ashamed of, the parts you wish you could erase, the ones you think disqualify you, I take them and turn them into a message of strength, a message of power, a message that will help set others free. Like this video now, and say yes, Father, and subscribe to this channel because I will continue speaking directly to you. By hitting the like button, you are not just liking a video, you are declaring, yes, Father, I know who I am in you. I accept the purpose you have chosen for me. I receive this mark in my life. And by subscribing, you are making a connection between my heart and yours. This is where my voice will continue to speak to you, where I will keep revealing truths, giving you wisdom, confirming promises, and strengthening your faith as you walk this new path that has just begun. Now, I need to explain something that will bring peace to your troubled heart and help you see your journey with fresh eyes. Every battle you've faced, every valley you've walked through, every desert where you thought you might die of thirst, none of that was a punishment, it was preparation. There's a big difference between the two, and I need you to understand it today. Let me explain my way. When I choose someone for a higher purpose, when I dedicate a life to something that will touch many generations, I don't just put them in front of everyone right away. I don't give them the crown before they've gone through the training. I don't give them the victory before the battle. First, I lead them through the process. And let me be clear, the process is hard. It's uncomfortable. It's not glamorous. It's not the kind of journey anyone would want to share on social media, but it's absolutely necessary. Think of David, the man after my own heart. He spent years in the fields tending sheep before he became king of a nation. He fought lions alone to protect animals that weren't even his own. Before I gave an entire kingdom to David, he was a shepherd, overlooked by his family, and spent years running for his life. Before Joseph became governor of Egypt, he was sold as a slave by his own brothers, and then wrongly imprisoned for a crime he didn't commit. He was forgotten by those who promised to help him, but I hadn't forgotten him. Moses spent 40 years in the desert, working in complete anonymity, tending his father-in-law's sheep, preparing in silence before I called him to lead my people out of slavery. And now, you, son, daughter, are going through your own process. Every door that closed wasn't a rejection, it was my protection. It was me keeping you from distractions, from relationships that would drain you, from jobs that would hold you back, from opportunities that seemed good but would take you away from what I had truly prepared for you. Those who left your life did not leave because you weren't enough. They left because they couldn't walk with you on the path I'm leading you on. Some people are only meant to be in your life for a season, not for your destiny. And I remove people just as easily as I bring them into your life. Not out of cruelty, but because I see what you don't see. I see who would betray you later on. I see who would pull you down when you start to rise. I see who would question your calling just when you need support the most. Every delay that frustrated you, every promise that seemed unfulfilled, every prayer you thought I didn't answer, wasn't because I was distracted, sleeping, or absent. It was because there were still pieces of the puzzle that needed to fall into place. Son, daughter, I work in perfect timing. I connect people at the right moment. I open doors at the perfect second. I provide at the exact moment needed. A day too early is too soon. A day too late is too late. But in my time, everything fits perfectly. And all that waiting that made you question everything, that pushed you to the edge of despair, wasn't wasted. It was a time of growth, a time to prepare you for the future I have for you. While you were waiting, thinking nothing was changing, I was shaping your character, building your faith, and teaching you to depend on me more deeply. I was removing everything that would weigh you down as you moved to the next level. Because if I had given you everything you asked for at the moment you asked for it, you wouldn't have been able to handle the weight of it. You would have collapsed under the blessing. It would have destroyed you instead of making you stronger. But now, you are different. You are no longer the same person who started this journey. You have grown. You have learned to wait. You've developed patience and resilience. You didn't give up when it would have been easy to do so, and now you're ready. The preparation is over. The training is complete. The school of waiting has ended, and now it's time for manifestation. And to show you that this word is true, to seal this important moment in your life, this very instant where everything is about to change, I want you to do something very specific. It may seem simple, but in the spiritual realm, it carries great weight. It's a powerful declaration that sets things in motion that your natural eyes cannot see. Let me explain why this is so important. The number 7 represents divine perfection, completeness, the finished work. From the beginning, when I created the heavens and the earth, I established this number as the seal of my perfection. 7 days in a week to organize time, 7 colors in the rainbow as a sign of my covenant, 7 musical notes that create all harmony. None of this is a coincidence. It is all part of my divine design. And when you see the number 7 repeated 4 times 777, you see perfection multiplied, amplified, and manifested in every area of your life. It's my perfection at work in your time, your process, your purpose, and your provision. It's a number that declares I make all things work together for the good of those who love me and are called according to my purpose. It's a number that seals, confirms, and establishes. By declaring 777, you are expressing something powerful in the spiritual realm. You are saying, Father, I trust in the perfection of your timing, even when it feels like it's taking too long. I trust in the perfection of your process, even when it hurts and I can't fully understand it. I trust in the perfection of your purpose, even when the way forward seems unclear. I trust in the perfection of your provision, even when I feel empty and have nothing in my hands right now. This is a declaration of complete surrender, of absolute trust, and of faith without any doubts. And I need you to understand something very important. This is not about numerology, it's not superstition, and it's not magic. It's not about trying to control the spiritual world with empty words or formulas. This is a prophetic act of agreement with what I am already doing in your life. It's about aligning your words with my will, about preparing your heart to receive what I've already planned for you. In the spiritual realm, declarations are powerful. Words carry weight that lasts forever. Prophetic acts release great power. When you take a physical action to represent something spiritual, you build a bridge between the two worlds. Just like when I told Moses to raise his staff over the sea. The staff itself didn't have power, but his obedience released my power to part the waters. Or when I told Joshua to march around Jericho, the marching didn't bring the walls down, but the obedience activated my intervention. Now, write 777 in the comments as a prophetic declaration, and allow the perfection of God to move in every area of your life. Each 777 in this comment section is not just a number on the screen. It is a prayer presented before my throne. It is a cry recorded in heaven's book. It is a decree spoken into the spiritual atmosphere around you. And I will respond to each declaration, honoring every step of faith. I move in power when my children trust me. By typing 777, you are declaring perfection over your health, your finances, your relationships, your family, your work, your dreams, and your purpose. You are canceling imperfection, lack, and scarcity. You are inviting my fullness to fill every empty space. You are opening the doors for my abundance, my healing, my restoration, and my complete provision to come into your life. So, don't overthink it. Don't try to analyze it too much. Don't let logic hold you back from making a simple step of faith. Just obey. Go to the comments right now and write 777. Leave this as a prophetic sign, as a stake in the ground of time, a mark that says, "Here I accepted God's perfect timing for my life. Here I sealed my faith. Here I said yes to divine perfection working in everything that concerns me." You know what will happen in a few weeks, in a few months. You will have a story to share that no one will believe. A testimony so powerful, so unlikely from a human perspective, so impossible according to what people expect, that the only explanation will be, it was God. There was no other force at work. It wasn't luck, it wasn't coincidence, and it wasn't just your own efforts. It was pure divine intervention. Those people who now watch you struggle, who doubt you will get through this, who judge you, belittle you, bet against you, laugh at your dreams when you're not around, they will become witnesses of my supernatural intervention in your life. They will see with their own eyes the before and after. They will witness a transformation that no human logic can explain. And many of those people, son, many of them, daughter, will have to admit, even if only to themselves, even if they never speak it out loud, that there really is a God who cares for his children. There really is a higher power at work in this world. Prayers really do work. There is something beyond what our eyes can see. But I need you to understand something very important about my miracles. I need you to understand how I work and why I do what I do. I do nothing in secret. When I move in the lives of my children, I don't perform quiet, unnoticed miracles. I act with divine publicity. I make sure it's seen. I make sure it's noticed. I make sure people talk about it. When I freed Israel from Egypt, I didn't do it quietly. I didn't do it in secret. I performed miracles that were seen by everyone, 10 plagues that everyone witnessed, the parting of the Red Sea in front of millions, a pillar of fire by night and a cloud by day that everyone could see. Why? Because the purpose of a miracle isn't just to bless my people, it's to glorify my name. It's to show all the surrounding nations who I am. When I healed the blind man born that way, it wasn't in a private home. It was in the street, in front of everyone, so the story would spread throughout the city. When I raised Lazarus, it wasn't quietly. It was 4 days after his death, when his body already smelled, when there was no question that he was dead, so that the miracle would be undeniable. And the miracle I will perform in your life will follow the same path. It will be seen, it will be noticed, it will be talked about, and it will be undeniable. Not for you to boast, not for you to brag, but so that my name can be glorified through your life. When people ask you what happened, you will be able to say, "It was God," and your story will become a bridge of faith for others, even those who would never walk into a church but will stop to hear your story. Share this message now with anyone who needs hope. Plant the seed of testimony today, and you will reap the harvest tomorrow. Because soon, when your miracle shows up, when the change is real, when the promises you've been waiting for finally appear, people will come to you, wanting to understand. They will ask, "What happened to you? How did you do it? Where did you find that strength? How didn't you give up?" And you will have the perfect answer ready. You will share this video and say, "It was the day God spoke to me like this. It was when I believed in what seemed impossible. It was when I chose to trust in God's timing, even though I didn't understand everything happening around me." This sharing you do today, even before you see the full victory, is a powerful prophetic act. It's saying, "I believe so much in what God has promised that I'm already sharing it before I see it." It's faith that acts in advance, trusting before the evidence appears. And this kind of faith, son, this kind of faith, daughter, is exactly what moves my heart and activates my power to work in your favor. My son, my daughter, stop everything you are doing right now and focus all of your heart, mind, and soul on what I am about to reveal to you, because this is the most important word you will hear this year. This is the declaration that will completely change the direction of your life starting today. This is the truth you've been waiting to hear for so long. Your days of waiting are over. Your moment has arrived. This is your Kairos moment. Let me explain to you what Kairos is, because it will change how you see this very moment. In ancient Greek, there are 2 different words for time. The first is chronos. Chronos is the time we measure, the clock time, the minutes, the hours, the days that tick by. It's the time that feels slow when you're waiting for something important to happen. But there is another word, Kairos, and Kairos is completely different. Kairos is not about the quantity of time, but the quality. It is the exact, divine moment, the perfect moment, when heaven and earth align perfectly in your favor. It's when everything that have been prepared behind the scenes, everything that have been built without you seeing it, everything that have been arranged quietly, comes into the light. It is when old promises finally meet the present. It is when the preparation you've been building for years finally meets the opportunity you've been waiting for. It's when the right person walks into your life at exactly the right time, with the perfect opportunity. It's when the door that seemed closed forever suddenly opens with a miracle. It's when everything fits perfectly together in a way that can only be divine. And now, I tell you, with all the authority I have as the creator of the heavens and earth, as the one who exists outside of time but works within it, as the one who sees the end from the beginning, this is your Kairos moment. It's not tomorrow. It's not next.